Previously on Chasing Stars.
Alright. Not as safe here as I thought it was. Now I'm heading out west to Wild Road where there's damage at the trailer park.
On this episode, it's the return of...
We didn't.
Now Brittany's gonna be very fast.
Stop.
No, what I'm gonna do is...
She's gonna like put her shirt on over her head so you can't even.
Oh yeah, dude, this is like Twister when they go up the hill.
It's the Chris and Justin Cam. Chris and Justin Cam.
I've eaten up so much data storage space this last week. It's crazy. I'm down to my last half gigabyte, or half terabyte here. And I started with like a terabyte and a half this year. Wow.
The weekend of June 17th, 2017 looked good. It certainly felt like peak season. With chase opportunities both Friday, the 16th, and Saturday, the 17th, I thought, hey, 2 for the price of 1. Staying in Dubuque that night would give us a leg up for Saturday's main event.
Oh yeah. That lining shot out like this, like a straight line. Nice.
On the night of June 16th, we traveled straight through southwest Wisconsin. We battled one of the toughest chase terrains for an unwarned storm near Hillsboro.
It's coming. I can hear the rain. Can't really see anything, but I can hear the rain.
After the storm passed, we continued southwest towards Dubuque. It was a great moment for opportunism as strong thunderstorms developed around us near and after sunset.
God, gotcha! Finally!
One of the best moments of the season came outside of Muscodee, Wisconsin, a beautiful lightning illuminated shelf cloud.
Oh, I can't see a damn thing.
Yeah, neither can I. Yeah, we have some weird rotation thing on the right. It's coming directly at us. That is cool as though.
What a get! What a... Wow. Seriously awesome situation.
Cloud is touching the top of that ridge.
Oh boy, alright.
Well, you have a couple seconds, but you don't have a lot of time.
I think I have time. Any sliver of hope I'm wearing.
That kind of looks like it's rotating a little bit.
Got all that one.
What'd you say about being on the ground?
I don't know how anybody could tell if that were or were not.
No, you can't.
I think I got my shots. I think we're close enough and past the point.
We tried to chase a severe thunderstorm with rotation and frequent lightning near Platteville. We would never be able to get ahead of it. We tried. We drove into Dubuque and rented a hotel room there. We were playing with house money, and the night couldn't have gone much better. The next morning, we drove south to Davenport. It felt great to have the entire day to get in perfect position, which was east of the Mississippi River in Illinois. We waited, and waited, and waited. It was very hot. It was so hot, Chris's sandals were sticking to the blacktop. We were sweating profusely. All we had was Monster to keep us hydrated.
Boom! 2 storm pieces killed when Chris opens his monster.
We waited and waited, then finally a slow-moving supercell formed west of Davenport. Then we had to wait an hour or two for the storm to cross the river. When it did, a new cell formed south and cut it off. We met up with Joe Slaughter and Jamie just southeast of Davenport, just before we arrived at storm number 1.
Oh, no! Jesus! Come on, Bird, pick a better escape route.
Yeah, there's another cell forming to the south of it.
We should probably head east. I agree.
As the first supercell was cut off and smothered in rain, the second one, developing immediately to its south, became the focal point for the rest of the afternoon. We spent several minutes repositioning ahead of this evolving storm. It was a great moment west of Alpha. Chris had us positioned perfectly as the storm strengthened and developed rotation. This was the one we were looking for.
It's developing an inflow tail. That's definitely supercellular. That's not outflow. A little bit more low-level shear, and this thing would. That is fantastic. It's bent. You know what I mean? It's like definitely rotating around there. We might have to take our road soon. I'm also looking underneath. Very low hangers in here. The landing's picking up. Yeah, let's just position. Let's stay out of this.
Because storm motion was going to increase, it was early in the afternoon, and the road network ahead was favorable to continue chasing the storm for hours. We packed up early to head east.
Touchdown apparently on this one. Alpha west-northwest 2 miles, so we got a view of it somewhere.
Something going on. Coming out from forward flank. Oh, the punch location on that thing. Thanks for holding.
We stopped just west of Woodhull, sensing a tornado could be imminent in the wall club behind us. A brief tornado was reported, but we saw little to support that claim, and continued along Highway 17.
don't see a condensation funnel yet. I just see a bunch of rain dripping around in the circle.
The forward flank downdraft positioned just to our north with developing shelf cloud along it led to a fantastic time lapse as we drove east. This is an example of what it looks like when everything is going right. We were doing great. The storm went through cycles. It looked great at first, then a little outflow dominant. We were getting ready to reposition for the next cycle. Storm speed was increasing to the point where we needed to get south sooner rather than later. In order to avoid going through the city of Galva in 25-mile-per-hour speed limits that could ruin our chase, I decided to turn right on a country road west of Galva, east 185th Street. This is a great strategy, unless the road is under construction. When you're sitting on the edge, one wrong move can be costly.
Roadwork ahead. That's gravel.
It's not closed.
Mud?
Somebody took a back photo and sent it up.
East 185th Street intersects with Knox Road at a railroad line about 1 mile south of Highway 17. When we arrived there, we found a bridge outside. It was a tall, narrow wooden bridge that I probably wouldn't have driven on anyways. We were completely screwed.
Yeah, there's a hook right there. Is this a road?
We both knew we could not recover from this. Most days, yes, but not today.
On the other side of that.
In hindsight, there was a country road that went west from that intersection, but I'm not sure heading west was an acceptable plan B.
Go down that road. Take a left down here.
Look at this.
Heading back north, we drove into heavy rain in the forward flank downdraft, and I had to cut my speed in half.
Now. Get back in and then we'll get back out. Yep, that was, I feel like that's my problem when it opens.
We're in a really bad spot.
Okay. Where'd that car go? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I have no idea. The house, maybe?
Well, let's head east. Out of this.
I don't think we're actually
By the time we got back to Highway 17, we were buried in the rain cone. I was determined not to let this sink our day.
Oh, one road. I don't want to lose this cell. Yet.
I don't know if we're gonna get out of the rain though. There's a small window. Following the road. Stop sign here. Go straight. Actually, go right, go right, go right.
It's not too bad in here. It's not bad at all.
Second finger is at the left.
I can't. So I can't see straight.
It's right here. East 34.
The left here.
There it goes, man. But keep going straight.
Yeah, pretty soon it's going to be stopping and waiting. Pretty soon.
If you stop and wait, once we dive south, we'll be out of the rain, but
Yeah, I want it possible, at all possible, but you know, I understand the storm motion, you know. I see daylight.
On Highway 34 heading east, we drove through rain bands. In between them, we could see clearing of the rain-free base to our south.
That is changing really fast.
oh, I know.
Light to dark, light to dark.
We were so close to breaking out, we could almost taste it. We could see it right there at our fingertips. These were some of our most intense moments of the season, as this massive supercell rotated above us.
Alright, let's stop a second. Let's just analyze these rain bands for a second. Okay. They're moving left to right. We're on the northern side of the hook, aren't we? Yep. Okay. even if we took a Southwood road, I don't know if we would have gotten out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of a small spot here. We don't want to go south.
And it's going to miss a rotation that's right there.
We would have to have another road.
Follow the detour. Take this road left.
We had only one chance to get ahead now. We took a country road south, then east again until we hit Highway 78.
Nope. Fuck, we're in the same position we were before. I'll try going south some more. One last try here.
I turned south. This was it. Had to be now.
Honestly, don't worry.
Stop her.
We're going to be driving right in front of that. I am not chancing that.
We'll take her north then. We're not.
Yeah.
We had to abort. It simply wasn't worth it. We took our escape route north into the core, and that was it.
Settle in a little bit. It's not going to work either. Okay, call it. That's it. Probably ran out.
What I learned is that the universe creates great moments for you. You just have to give yourself the opportunity to experience them. In critical moments, with a storm bearing down on you, don't risk road construction. The time it takes to retrace your steps will end your day. One storm is not worth risking your life for. You will always have another chance.
No chance.
In hindsight, it's important to emphasize how important communication is. There is a difference between hearing and listening. And lastly, we are just observers. Maybe life isn't about what you do, but more about how you do it, who you do it with, and why. Know when to take what the universe gives you and call it a day. The June 16th and 17th chase ended in Langley, Illinois. It didn't end as we had hoped, but overall it was a great weekend.